Welcome to the Epic Florida Podcast.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the Epic Florida Podcast. You are listening or watching me, Simon, one of the hosts of this fantastic show, and I'm also joined by another fantastic host, Phill. How you doing, buddy?
You all right, mate? How you doing?
I'm doing okay. How's it been since the last recording?
It's been good. I'm on holiday.
Right. Somebody does get a bit too much time off. I don't get any more now till next year, so just being a bit jealous. But yeah, guys, we've got a bit of a update for you for this last couple of weeks. It's been about 2 weeks, is it? I think it's been 2 weeks since last time.
Yeah, I think it's been about 2 weeks, mate.
Yeah. So yeah.
If anybody's seeing this, I have a dog next to me today, and he's very wanting stroke stays, it seems. So my arm's moving across to him to try and keep him quiet.
Ah, well, if we hear a bit of dog rustling, it happens in other podcasts on the network. Don't worry about it. At least it's not tap dancing like other dogs. But if you know what that reference is to, go and listen to them guys, because they do more of the Disney stuff where we do everything else. So what we was going to do is a quick POV of the new Gwazi roller coaster that they've Busch Gardens have released. I have just completely lost it.
You've lost it years ago, mate. Don't worry about it.
Well, I had it on the screen before, but have you still got it? Have you still got it ready?
Yeah, mine's sitting on my screen ready.
Right, guys. So we're ready to watch the POV of Busch Gardens Tampa's Iron Gwazi. Are you ready, Phill?
Yes, we're only 40 minutes late.
After three, 2, 1. So here we go. Up North America's tallest and world's fastest roller coaster. What do you think about this drop?
I must get over it first.
I know, but I've seen this before.
That's definitely going to have some nice G's to that.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of the paint colour. I'm not a fan of the paint colour, claret and blue. That's West Ham United. I can't stand them.
Well, is it claret?
Yeah, it's fast.
I say it's more. It's more of a turquoise, purpley. But yeah.
God, it is bloody fast, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very smooth as well compared to the original Gwazi.
But we'll see when it's packed with people on it first.
Well, supposedly this test that they've done here has got fully laden with water dummies. So
there's a lot of turns in it as well, like this.
Yeah. Well, it's RMC's like patented way of doing things, isn't it? They give you the sweeping movements.
I've got to give Busch Gardens dues here. I wasn't planning to go back for my next holiday, and that's already the end of it. See, I wasn't
opening spring 2021.
Now, I wasn't actually planning to go back my next holiday, but now I've got to go.
Yeah. So what do you think about your initial thoughts? Because I thought that looks absolutely fantastic for me. That looks like it's going to be really something to look forward to.
I think we're going to be spoiled next time we're out there. I mean, we've got obviously awesome rides already at SeaWorld. Now we're going to get that at Busch Gardens. And then we've got the new Velocicoaster at Universal as well. I mean, seriously, taking 1 year off, it was a bad thing, but it looks like it could turn out into a blessing in disguise for all of us.
Yeah, definitely. Go back to that POV though. I've seen what is it Vengeance at one of the I can't remember what park, one of the Six Flags parks, I think it is. Sorry if I'm wrong, but I've always wanted to do an RMC because it just looks so intricate for being a wooden roller coaster and integrated with metal and steel. Steel Vengeance, that's the one. It just popped in my head then.
You got that.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this because I believe RMC have done some massive amount of really good conversions. And this is just a fantastic one to get into the Florida region.
Well, I'm actually glad that's there as well, because what used to be my longest ride there was Cheetah, used to be my favourite, but 2019 I went on that and it was smashing me all over the place.
Yeah, I think it is due for not a retrack, but I think the possible trains need a really good.
They need to do
something down and redoing.
What was such a great ride, is now one of them rides, I'm thinking, oh, I might leave that to right to the end of the day because I might need my joints put back in place afterwards.
Well, saying that, last time I went to Busch Gardens and I went on Cheetah and I went first thing in the morning and it was a lot smoother. I think the later in the day it goes, the more looser it gets. It's actually working faster. So you might be better doing it first. I know you say you want to leave it till the end so you don't get rickety, but I don't think it's as bad if you try it first thing in the morning.
Yeah. So new rides in Universal, and if people are only listening, check this out on YouTube because we've got a new studio.
Yeah, we are. We're in a fantastic
We haven't brought it
studio.
up. This is our official new studio now. We've gone through a few designs, but I think we're going to stick with this look from now on.
Well, maybe for at least 2 or 3 episodes because Phill will change his mind again. And
No, I like this one. I like it. It's staying.
Yeah. If you're wondering if you can hear the rustling, I'm just adjusting my hat. My hair's an absolute mess, so I've got me Jack Skellington hat on backwards, and now I've got a big buzzing in my right ear.
I've got an old USL Pro. I don't know which way to go. USL Pro Orlando City top on. The old badge.
We'll segue into that. How are Orlando City getting on in the football?
Well, as today we're recording this, Tuesday the 17th of November. By the way, people, that's 2 days before my birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Grind it up.
But on, I believe, the 21st, Orlando City are in their first ever playoff game. They've got New York City. I believe it's at Orlando's ground as well. So, yep, they've made the playoffs for the first time ever. So have Miami. I can't remember who Miami's got because I don't really care about them yet. And quite frankly, they're showing off there in the playoffs. But considering out of all the teams in their section, only 4 couldn't make it. It was quite simple to get in the playoffs in that position. It's pathetic. I think they're playing something like Colorado. I don't know. Let's be truthful. The MLS is okay at best.
Yeah. Well, like I said, the NBL, Major League Baseball, is now finished until spring training starts in February, I think. But NFL, the Dolphins are second in their league. Where's the other ones? The Jaguars are bottom of their league. And let's have a quick look at where the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they're second in their league as well. So they're doing all right. They keep they're up there. Jaguars are stone cold bottom, which, to be honest, I didn't expect anything different. So
I would say sport though. I believe on Monday, it was just gone, so that would have been the 16th. USA did beat, I believe, I don't know, some absolute rubbish country from American states area, 6 or 7, 8, 1, I don't know. But I was only saying that because
did not the US not draw with Wales 0-0?
On the weekend they did, yeah. And then they played on Monday as well, I believe. So they're doing okay. Obviously it'd be a bit more interesting than a few more players from Florida are in the team maybe, but MLS obviously is not great right now. So
no. Well, like we said, it's the sport kind of winds down a little bit. I know they've got the big football games on Friday. They have to thank. Is it Thursday?
No other sport goes on against American football, mate. It's the biggest sport out there.
Yeah, but is it Thanksgiving this Thursday or next Thursday? Yeah,
I believe it's next Thursday. It's always the last Thursday in the month, isn't it?
Right. Well, whenever it is, this will be out before then anyway. So, happy Thanksgiving to all you American viewers and listeners.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving. I have done it out there before and I really enjoyed it.
Right, good. So, we're kind of going back and forth here. We're just on the sport. So what we'll do now, we'll go back to the mousetrap because there was a bit of news coming out with her. They have started testing fireworks as of last night, was it?
I
as of
believe it was.
recording?
I definitely know last night. A bit of a shout out to a YouTuber, Prince Dev. He's got on his latest video. You see him up in the sky. They're not holding back on them. I thought they might trial silent ones, but it sounds like they still sound. Kind of shocked me. I thought in the modern days, with all the things with animals and all that, and people being over the top with everything, I thought Disney might have took the chance, because they always have the music and that on anyway, to do silent fireworks, but they haven't gone for it yet.
No. Well, like I say, it's a big cost for them anyway, so they might be looking at trying to cut them back like they do anyway.
They've probably got a lot left over, haven't they?
Yeah. More Disney news. They've increased the capacity to 35%.
Yes. What's kind of shocking, because they've been keeping behind Universal, but Universal haven't increased capacity as far as I know. But Universal have definitely on weekends been more busy than Disney have.
Yeah, well, that's going back to last episode where we was on about the Beetlejuice house. That was announced on the Thursday, but I found out a week and a half before then, Universal sent out emails to pass holders and asked them not to turn up at weekends.
Yeah, that's the problem. I believe I heard on another podcast myself. They turned around and said the marketing team and different managers and different levels of the company are not communicating properly with each other.
Yeah, so if you're going to go to the parks, go to the parks. Just expect them to be busy at weekends. During the week, look like they're really, really quiet. Definitely worth popping there during the week.
We have the Christmas store at Universal.
Yeah, the tribute store, which, sorry to all you vloggers and bloggers out there, but Universal beat you to it.
Why are we sorry for? Look, vloggers and bloggers, I'm going to have a Phill rant here. I'm sorry you got all upset. I'm sorry that Universal decided to show all their fans around the world who's not from America the video first. They recorded it with no one in there so we could look at it properly. I am so sorry that all that money that Universal paid, they didn't think of you lot first. I am so sorry. You're still going to go in there and we're still going to watch your videos. So shut up and stop moaning.
And that's the rant for the week. Well, you got it off your chest now. You okay?
I can't stand it, mate. I'm serious. They're lucky to be there constantly and get stuff. I mean, they're worried about that. They go to the parks every day. Most of the rides and the buildings are exactly the same. We still want to watch. Calm down. All they got to do is look at stuff more, look at the treats and the foods and the stuff. All Universal did was take us through it in a matter of seconds. The vloggers and bloggers and all that lot are going to have a lot more time to go through it multiple times. We're all still going to watch. And a lot of people probably didn't even see the Universal video.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah, so there you go.
And breathe.
And more Disney news. A video was released earlier on in the week for Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, the new ride. And it shows the ride vehicle being tested. And it looks all right. Have you seen it?
No, but I have. I don't know if you've seen it. I've seen the artwork for the Star Wars hotel bedrooms.
Oh, well, I'm still talking about Guardians of the Galaxy. Stop trying to change the subject.
Both in space, and they're both Disney. It works both ways.
But what it is, it's the Guardians of the Galaxy one. People are getting confused, thinking it's actually part of the track. My cap's fallen to pieces. Never mind. It's come apart on it. Yeah, if you're watching this, you can see my hair, how bad it is.
And you see how hard got any.
Yeah. But Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, what it was, the ride vehicle was on Vacoma's testing track in one of their facilities in, I think it's Pittsburgh. And that video originally was put in 2019, and then they've updated it with the new paint scheme on the track and the coasters. And the coaster trains have got a great colour scheme, and it looks like when they're moving, they can be controlled of which direction they're going to turn, rather than it being like free for all, spending. Like, if you know what I mean, instead of being suspended around the roller coaster and then you spin, I think it's being controlled by a motor, so it can move you to a possible screen or a stage or whatever they're going to use to show the show scenes in Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. So
Any news what year that's opening yet?
It's going to be it's going to be minimum 2022. It's not going to be before then. Now they're not opening next year.
They're the opposite from Universal. While Universal thought, right, everything's basically shut, let's get on with the work. Disney decided we'll stop the work.
Yeah. So everything's being pushed back at Disney. Possible Ratatouille will be opening next year. Still not got an opening date. All we know at the moment,
it's pretty much done, mate. They're not going to mess about. They're going to need one new thing next year.
Yeah, but what they're going to do? Are they going to wait for the crowds, or are they going to just open it and see what happens? I think they're going to wait for the crowds. I think
with Disney and Star Wars, with the ride breaking down all the time, maybe me personally, I would open it before the big crowd show again. It's better to test it and make sure everything's working perfectly for when the big crowds return.
Well, they shouldn't really have much problems with it, really, because it's just a carbon copy of the one in Disneyland Paris. And that had faults. They know about the faults. And the main fault they had was the floor. That's why the one at Disneyland Paris kept breaking down a lot. They've had to literally lift the floor back up because part of the floor collapsed. So they've had to retrack it and re-lift the floor up. That was a long shutdown for Disneyland Paris. So they know what the problems are with that one. So there shouldn't be that many problems with it. But it's Disney, so they do get things.
You know what? If it was ready, as my voice goes on me quickly, if it's ready, I would shock everyone and open it Christmas week. If it's ready.
Yeah, if it's ready, why not? Why not? So that's really much. Oh, you was on about the
Star Wars.
Star Wars, yeah.
Yeah, the hotel, what they're doing. I saw it on Fox 35 News, actually. I was meant to send it to you, but I was so tired, I forgot. And they showed you the room. So you're going to have a double bed.
Yep.
And 2 bunk beds, what are in the wall. So they look like they can take a bit away as well. And then also you've got your screen. What's going to be space, basically, you're going to be looking out to. It looks pretty cool, mate, actually. As you definitely know, and some of the people who listen may know, I'm not the biggest fan of Star Wars. I do love The Mandalorian, but the rest of it I think is kind of rubbish. But this hotel thing does interest me, and I think I wouldn't go the first year. Anyway, I wouldn't go the first year to it because I think it's going to be packed with absolute people who love Star Wars, and I want them to enjoy it. I don't want someone like me in there who might look at stuff and go, don't know what that is, and like that. But I think a year or 2 into it, I think I wouldn't mind going there. How long the stay's meant to be, because you're not meant to stay for a week. It's only meant to be 2 to 3 nights, correct?
Yeah, I believe so. It's going to be potentially a 2-day, 2-night, 3-day cruise.
Yeah, so like that's cruise,
so what you'll be doing, you'll be checking in, possibly be given a role-playing scenario, because that's what you're technically doing. You'll be traveling through.
I think they're going to give that an option because they know certain people won't be able to do it. They'll just be too shy. So
what you're doing is you're cruising from the port. You're leaving to Batu. You're going to spend 24 hours in Batu, and then travel back. So as if you're on doing air quotes, cruise ship.
Quick one. Yeah. About something totally different. We're talking about cruise ships and hotels and that. Did we announce Dockside in the last episode?
No, that only got announced. That got announced about 2 days after we recorded.
So people, if you're wondering, I do run a group on Facebook. If you'd like to join.
Link will be in the description below.
Yes, Universal, Endless Summers, Surfside and Dockside in FP. Anyway, I do run it. And by the way, Dockside, if anybody's listening from there, the message I got from you this Monday, thank you very much. Much appreciated. I'm not going to share that on here though. But yeah, Dockside's open December the 15th. Only one tower, Tower 1. Tower 2's later, I think, into next 2021. But there's also going around sometime into January, maybe February, they are going to shut down Surfside for a bit. I'm presuming this is just COVID clean up everything and any maintenance one needs doing.
Yeah, I have seen news about that, and I think it's the 10th of January to the 31st of March are the dates that are flying around.
What would make sense, because one of the problems with Surfside is apparently it is, I've stayed there, it's got very thin walls. Didn't bother me, I'm that type of person. But Dockside, the rumor is the walls are thicker. I don't know how much thicker, but they are thicker. And maybe, you don't know, maybe they're going to start working on the rooms, just making them all slightly thicker themselves. If they're shut for what, 2 to 3 months, that's an easy job to do. No one will really notice it. Do a massive COVID clean, and then when we get into spring break, when they're hoping, touch wood, some parts of the world can come to them. I'm not going to say all parts of the world, but some parts, and a lot of Americans, they can reopen the hotels again and be busy again. And let's all hope, the vaccine coming, that we're all back in Orlando if we want to in 2021.
Yeah. Well, like you're saying, with the walls being thin, hopefully, fingers crossed, it's just a matter of putting some insulation in between, some foam insulation or something. Because if it's a thin space and there's no actual cavity, then there's not really much they can do except for dismantle it and rebuild it. So hopefully there's an air gap and they can put some soundproofing foam in between it or something.
Personally, people, don't let it put you off staying there. Some people find it really bad. I have stayed there 17 nights and I couldn't hear anything from the rooms next door. They probably could hear us personally, but I'm that type of person who goes on holiday to Tenerife and that, so night noise and that's never bothered me. And if it gets too noisy for me, I've always, wherever I've stayed in the world, headphones on and I fall asleep.
Yeah. To be honest, it wouldn't really bother me, the sound from next door. It's loud, it's footsteps from above. That's what annoys me. If it's too loud from above.
It's always a top tip to people for me. Ask for a top floor room.
Yeah. You're on the top floor, you've got no one above you. So you're the one who's making all the noise.
Yes. And it is wooden floors, so yeah, you will be making noise.
So I think that's a bit of a roundup of all the news. Have you got anything else to add for this one?
No, mate. But the way all that news came in after we recorded last time, I'm sure we'll be back on again in 2 weeks.
Yeah, so it looks like things are getting a bit of momentum going, but obviously there's a new transition period in America at the moment of a new president coming in. So things may change again. We don't know. Just have to wait and see.
We will keep you up to date on everything.
Yep. So with that, if you could do us a fantastic favour and give this video a thumbs up or give us a review on Apple Podcasts, even Amazon. I believe you can do reviews on Amazon as well now.
I've never tried that yet.
So if you could give us a review on Amazon, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, whatever podcast you're listening to, give us a 5-star rating, subscribe, whatever. If you're watching,
tell all your friends and family about us as well. I mean, even people you might see down the street, say Florida, go to them, check out the Epic Florida podcast. Don't look at you like a nutcase.
I did that at work. I did that at work the other day. Phil can vouch for that. While I was talking to one of my customers, because if you don't know, I'm a postman, talking to one of my customers, I says, get onto the Epic Florida podcast and we'll give you some news about Florida. Whether they've watched or not, I don't know. But
if they have, hello.
Yeah, if you're watching, hi. So click that bell. Start again. Scratch that bit. See, I've got the giggles again now. I'm leaving this in. Actually, I'm not going to mess about with it. So yeah, if you could hit the subscribe button, comment down below, hit that notification bell, and
see you soon.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see you all in a couple of weeks.
See ya.
Bye.
This podcast is part of the After Dark Podcast Network.
You're going to try and cut me up here. I know you.
I'll do it for you, ready?
No. You can stay up there if you want.
He's so unprofessional, guys. Look what I have to work with.
Well,
hello everyone, and welcome to the Epic Florida podcast. It's that easy.
I can't stop smiling.
That's all right.
Oh.